Okay. Well, everybody's talking reviews of the videos. Keep going.
They're gonna eventually call up anyway.
Hi. Let's see. Like concerning like most anime in general, like would you prefer just watching ones like that have good story, good characters, or just ones that are just so phenomenally stupid or laughably bad? Like as long as they're memorable, do you prefer like either which, or doesn't really matter?
Memorable is good either way. I mean, I would far first pursue something with good written out, well thought out plot and character development. But of course, if I hear like I'll watch the heck out of Empty Geist, you know, like that was well known for a long time as being like America's best known, worst anime OVA, at least over here in the States for years. And I think there have been lots of things that have kind of overshot that since, but no, I will watch things that people are like, oh, you have to watch this, it's terrible. But either way, first quality, followed by is so bad it's good.
If I had to choose one, I love good trash, like the next person. My personal favorite. That's the one I force everyone to watch. You know. I was bruised all over my body because I had to fight naked. If you don't know, it's glorious. But if I had to choose one, I would definitely go with the quality. Just because, I mean, I love to trash and I love to make fun of things, but I kind of got into reviewing because I love to promote stuff that I think is phenomenal more. And a lot of that doesn't fly on the radar, even with anime fans. So, like stuff like Constitution, for instance, around as much as possible. And, so I guess if I had to pick one, but I enjoy both, as long as it's entertaining. Boring is the worst thing. It really is. So, yeah, boring or unfunny.
Just ask the producers of Junior.
I'm gonna have to go with the majority here. It's definitely quality. I don't have a whole lot of time to watch anime, so I tend to figure out which ones are the best ones for story, so that I can actually watch them and be entertained and still have come out with something that I've done with it. The so bad it's funny. I mean, it's great if you got the time. I just don't have the time. I wish I had the time.
But yeah, I'm in agreement that like the worst thing that any sort of storytelling medium can possibly do is just be middle of the ground. Because if you're forgettable, then if I don't bother remembering things I don't care about, and even if I watched an entire series of something and I thought it was just sort of there, I will immediately forget what it was about. And somebody will ask me, oh, hey, you watched the entirety of such and such a series, what'd you think about it? And I'll just go, I can't even remember. So definitely quality first, yeah.
Thank you very much.
The curiosity, not sure if all you see it, but what were your opinions on Anohana, the flower we saw that day?
That gentleman has a nice shirt. Can you get that shirt there? See? Yeah. Do you know what that shirt says, by the way? Oh, and I picked that up. In answer to your question, I picked that up today, because it was only available for pre-order online, so I have that premium thing right there. Yeah.
Well, so awesome. I'll admit that I haven't seen it, but admittedly, I just came back from the AMV contest, which was amazing, by the way, one of the best AMV contests I've ever seen because of where we are at Anime Expo. And there was an AMV from said series, and I was just like, I don't know if I can watch that. That looks, and maybe it was just the way that this AMV creator spun it, but it looks so tear-jerkingly it looks gorgeous. It looks absolutely emotionally heart-wrenching. And so I'm like, oh, I don't know if I have the emotional guts to watch this, but I probably should to better myself. I know, I bet you can elaborate on it.
Yeah, so a more specific opinion on Anohana. I was intrigued to watching it when I did, like, I don't know if you guys have seen, I do a top 20, like, best opening themes video. Yeah! And I saw the opening themes list, and I was like, this looks really interesting. I don't even know why, but, like, I like the style here. This looks smart. This looks intelligent and sweet. And so, and then I heard the premise, and I'm like, I like those stories. I'm down with those. I like sentiment on those stories. And then I watched it, and I was just, I loved the way this was presented because it was so. Now, okay, the first 5 minutes pissed me off because if you haven't seen the first 5 minutes of the show, it's like, boy, oh no, but it's very misleading. The show itself, just beautiful exploration of nostalgia. Hey, our business, right? Nostalgia, and how well it does or doesn't reflect beautifully in the future. And I like this thing they had going on, like, you know, about sometimes you remember the best things of your past, and they're really great, and childhood was perfect, but then you realize, like, childhood wasn't perfect at all. Like, you just want to not be where you are right now. And that's a beautiful thing. But the one problem I had with it was it did get a little bit, it succumbs to the whole thing of, because we're pandering to otaku, we have to worship the character of Menma, and by the end it was very, like, Menma's perfect, and this is why this happens, because she's perfect, and I did not like that. But overall, like, even though that really stuck in my side, beautiful series, astonishingly well written places. You should see it. And NIS America has put it out just now for like $60, so we're good.
Yeah, I haven't seen it yet.
It's okay, I'm just...
Have we gone full circle?
Yeah, I just chose, actually.
Okay, let's go. Our corner here, bring your guy. Get the microphone, yeah.
Just making him run around with fun.
It is very amusing.
Go over there, go over there.
Of all the anime you've watched, which really pulled you into the world of the series the most?
Record of Lotus 4, Chronicles of the Heroic Knight. And I love how there wasn't one person who had any sort of comment to that as soon as I said it. A fantasy series sort of based in D&D lore. It's just beautiful, absolutely beautiful. Some other series that, Louis? What's the full title of that series? It takes place in... Yeah, it takes place in the same universe as Rune Soldier Louis. It doesn't take place at the same time, and I don't even think on the same island of Lodos that Record of Lotus 4 takes place in, but I just love that fantasy world. That's a world that, like, it doesn't exist, but I want to be there. So that or, I don't know, Escaflowne would be another one. So, what's that? You know what? I actually like the dub. I know that anime fans are hardcore. You're either your sub or your dub, but you know what? My main language is English. Okay, and I speak English, and I like my language, and so I like dubs. And I can
It's really funny that you mentioned that because after I made a list, I think, of my favorite anime of all time about 2 or 3 years ago. A while ago. And after I made the list, I realized that my favorite anime, like my top 5, they all had this in common. They all took place in a fantasy world that was completely unique. It wasn't like this is D&D fantasy or this is Swords and Sorcery. It was a unique thing that had been made up and was really immersive. So that must be my favorite thing. And definitely for that, Fullmetal Alchemist. Very ingenious world concept. Wolf's Rain, same thing. Cowboy Bebop is great. They have a big clunker of a spaceship flying through where they have like couches and Tijuana as an asteroid, weird shit like that, you know. But that's my favorite thing. When somebody can create a world that feels like it's a real thing that's been lived in a little bit, and yeah, I mean those titles, a bunch more. Like Trigun is that way too. I think. And all my top 5, all my my top 5 involve that. Escalon is another good example. So, although we've got a little weird, one weird thing about Escalon is it references like Atlantis a little bit.
Somewhat.
It gets kind of wonky with it. Like, how many mythologies are we combining? But whatever. I mean, it's still great. I love Escalon. I don't know. I love that kind of show.
I'm kind of opposite from both of you guys. My favorite anime are all slice of life anime. All of them. Every single one of them. Like Azumanga Diet. Yes! I love being able to put myself in some place that is actually kind of real. I don't know why. It makes no sense because if I could get out of this world, I totally would. I read all the time, and you would think that I want to be in this fantasy world. I read tons of fantasy. But in anime, for some reason, I just gravitate towards slice of life anime. And so I would say the shows that have the most impact on me are things like Sailor Moon. But I mean, I'm kind of aging myself here because that came out when I was in high school. So it's like I had a deep feeling for this anime because it was just so. I mean, I had 4 best friends at the time, and you just want to be taken away by your tuxedo mask, and what everything just go happy door, and I guess it is still kind of fantasy, but that's
J.O. already shared her favorite Miyazaki films. Can both of the rest of you who haven't shared that tell us what they are?
You know what? I used to be able to say I had one specific favorite. At the time, I really liked Howl's Moving Castle, but then, like, I was all kind of messed up by the end of it. Like, suddenly, aha, I was the prince the whole time, and I want to marry you. Oh, never mind, goodbye. The whole rest of it up until that given moment. Nazca, actually. I'll choose Nazca. Woo! Gorgeous fantasy, imagination, and just absolutely beautiful for being, old and hand-drawn, still painted on cell, just still beautiful to this day.
Well, actually, my favorite kind of got ruined the other day. I really like Totoro, but I was talking to someone and they were like, well, yeah, but you know they're dead, right? And I was like, no, they're not. No, they come back and their mom is happy. Everyone's happy. That's how the movie is. That's just it. I don't like sad things.
That's just your crack theory. I don't think there's anything.
She had some very good points. I don't remember what they were, but
if you don't want to remember, if you don't want to think they're dead, just forget you ever heard it.
Yeah,
forget you ever heard it.
Once I've heard it, that's it. I can't. Like, I could never watch that movie again the same way. I'm so
sad. Like, have the comments on my video about that too. Like, it is totally just. Do you think Miyazaki, like, given what the idea was for the project, it was double headlining Grave of the Fire Prince, is what I'm saying. Like he is not going to make that. That was not what his intention was. So yeah, you can read that into it. It's funny, but it's kind of like the Ash is really in a coma Pokemon game.